Hello everyone, and welcome back to the village of Are We There You? Where no, we are not there yet, but we are making excellent progress. Excellent progress indeed. I have to say I'm quite proud of our piplings, facing down all of the doom and gloom that I keep telling them is going to happen with a plum, actually, and then having really good things happen to them. Okay, so maybe they aren't really wanting to listen to me anymore because all of the things I told them that were gonna happen that were bad never happened. So, to be honest, I, just between you and me, couldn't blame them if they stopped believing in the fact that I am prophesizing doom of sickness, of cold, of fear, of more sickness, and then a gigantic doom event of the cold. I could see how one might just perhaps be silly enough to think that I might just be making it up for attention as the elder, because maybe I'm bored and old and have nothing else to do with my life. But that is not true. I have strived since day one to try to keep all of these villagers alive, despite really weird cracks in the ground that are bubbling ominously, that are appearing, hopefully next to nothing that might be explosive. And I shall continue that noble goal today as well, as we prepare ourselves to face down a cold threat, followed by a cataclysmic threat, followed by another cold threat. And I have to admit, the threat from the cold is quite strong. So strong that even though we do indeed have a bath tender who could go ahead and help us out with burning blankets to keep warm, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to go ahead and keep our whole village alive if the cold threats decide that they're going to be really, really strong. And since the main doom event is going to be tied to the cold, well, I thought, why not go ahead and train Raging Riptide in becoming another bath tender, and we shall build ourselves another hearth by which we can tell stories, keep warm, and try to keep all these pips from dying. That is my goal after all. Alright, so I think that's a pretty good goal. We do have blankets a-blanketing, and we do have fabric being fabriced. We might even send Cassie, one of our artisans, over to work on making more blankets, just so that we can toss them into the hearth like heathens. And let's go ahead and let's see what we can do for adding a hearth in and maybe getting a little bit more of a boost so that we can have a lot more warmth. Where could I even put this sucker? 40 there would be really nice. The bunnies might have to move out of the way because 40, that's ridiculous. Everything else over here is 20. Oh my gosh. Okay, we might have to scoot these bunnies out of the way and say they left for the winter because that's actually super powerful. All right, let's get the rest of my pips who are currently doing this and that a little busy. Also, I can get one of my lumberjacks lumberjacking because we have plenty and plenty of wood to go around, which is fine since we have a stockpile, since once upon a time someone stole all of our wood, like an entire forest worth, which, to be honest, I'm still somewhat impressed by that. And we are getting more water finally coming in large amounts since the pips need to go ahead and have plenty for their cauldrons and everything else. We're collecting berries with our stray pips and getting ready to put in another seed maker. See? We are really being quite successful, if I do say so myself. We are even training up a brewer to make who knows what apple juice stuff for the non-existent pub. Maybe I should make the pub exist too. Plus 10 if a social building is within 2, plus 10 for each dwelling. So that would be 25, 25. Let's see. 13. Wow, apparently things are more poppin' up north where a bunch of the commoners have kind of made themselves cozy. Yep. Okay, well then, we might go ahead and actually have this little spot pop over here, plus 10 for each dwelling within 1. That's pretty powerful. I might move the bookmaker out of the way. And you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll start working on this as well, because I think that would be good. And we will go ahead and move this bookmaker as well, because we just have quite a bit going on right now, and maybe it would be good, especially because I think that the cauldron will get a boost for having a dwelling within 1. So that would also help out with producing more of the glop to gloop for our piplings. And then the still +1 if fruit maker is within 2. All right, then let's go ahead and we're gonna move that. We'll move the sign over and I'll put a fruit maker right here and that should be good. See, clearly we have a lot going on, but I, as the elder, currently watching over this unnamed child. No, that simply cannot be. For that is clearly unlucky. And backlog, I forgot to give you your name. There you go. We're not going to talk about luck, considering, you know, a gravedigger just showed up out of the winter blue in our village, which, you know, he just came in and was like, I have services to offer, grave digging. And we have no idea what this grave digging is, since we have never needed to truly worry about our pips dying. But it sounds interesting. Maybe the pips think it has something to do with like wells or digging. So they let him in. Backlog, I hope your services won't be needed, but it's good to know you're here so that we won't just have pip bodies laying around and terrifying everyone. All right, and now we need to name the other itty bitties that are swirling around, like Pixel Swirl. And Pixel Swirl, I think you may already be around, but if so, Pixel Swirl too. I can't add 2, so if so, oh my gosh, that Pixel Swirl plus. That's what I'm gonna start doing if your guy's name pops up twice, because we've been with this village long enough that a couple of our months of patron lists have blended together. That's actually hilarious. Instead of like junior or like the second, I might just start doing plus plus for a little bit, because that sounds fun. All right, and let us go ahead and see. I know I have more little tiny piplings running around. I don't know where they are just yet. Aha, I found some. Huh, oh wow. I forgot how the kids grow up super fast in our village due to that like healthy children boon. So they only spend like a couple days as a kid. So we also have Callium Lynx. Callium, oh, it's so good to see you. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what you end up becoming. And then we have, let's see, Mal the Cream Puff Queen. And all I can add in is Mall Cream Puff. So maybe you'll grow up and become a baker, little one. Oh, thank you guys so much. The patrons are the people who have made it so that I can eat my daily brekkie of orange and sometimes bread when I'm lucky enough that they have the gluten-free bread available. It's so good. Oh my gosh. And it's so much easier to buy it than to make it. It's hard to make gluten-free bread compared to the old one. Anyway, before I wax on the poetic bread loop again, thank you guys for making all this possible, because it's amazing and I love sharing it with you. In fact, I love sharing it with you so much, we're gonna add another pipling into the village. Can I keep up with that amount of food? Who knows? We're about to find out. I do want to add in more chickens for the eggs as well, because now that we can have seed makers, I'm a little less worried about that. Yeah, like the seed extractor, we only have 2 and we're already getting 14 seeds, and we're about to put down more seed extractors like right over here, and we could put them in other locations as well. And I do love a good chicken. Let's see. And it needs a dwelling within 1 to be able to be put down. But then the egg farm has to be close by. So I could put a dwelling here and put another chicken right here. That might be a good idea. Oh. No worker available at the moment. I gave everybody good jobs to do. Huh. You two. We need more chickens. I love them. Why not? We do indeed need more. Let's see. Requires leisure within 2. Yes, we run into this issue again. Well, guess what? We might start having a few cabins just kind of plunking themselves down here and there, because otherwise, like I might have 1.5 million sharing benches all over the place yet again. All right, let's see. The little chicken pen. I can't add it in yet. Okay, don't worry, chickens. I'm coming for you. Let's see. Oh wait, nah, I don't need it there. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I glanced again. All right, we need it here. And then I need to go ahead and remove this flower patch so we can put chickens down. Excellent, good. And everyone is kept adequately busy now, I do believe. And we are generating quite a bit of hope thanks to the fantastic Hannah Forever, who is currently telling a grand tale of heroism and who knows what else that I'm sure has to do with, you know, me being a really cool elder. Also, sorry, chicken fruit. Okay, actually, I need to pay attention to that because if we're out of chicken fruit collecting at that spot, we're gonna be out of the ability to make the meatballs soon. Oh dear. Oh boy. Which might approach some interesting thoughts that we've needed to have about our chimkins and other populations that are hanging around here. Oh yeah, and I need to put the hearth down here. The bunnies are going to move away. And I think that perhaps, let's see, how's our feathers? We've got quite a few feathers. I think perhaps we may just need to find out that there are more wild chicken fruits down here for no reason whatsoever. There we go. Yeah, we'll have to look into that because I do need to keep our Buy Your Cheese group happy. And the large kitchen, frustratingly, needs either a wild chicken fruit and eggs or tomatillos and chicken fruit. How am I gonna get the chicken? Okay, we're not gonna think too hard about that. We're not gonna think too hard about that. We may have to think really hard about that, but for now, let's worry about freezing to death instead. So, and speaking of freezing to death, I probably shouldn't waste it since we are indeed training a new bath tenda, none other than Raging Riptide, which, Raging Riptid here, but you know, you have variations on names when you pass them down through the generations. I do find it hilarious, Raging Riptide, by the way, that you're being trained as a bath tender. Cause like, your name, yeah, I think that's really fun. I do. Okay. Oh, it's kind of like if I ended up becoming one of like the temple hippies because my real name's Sage. Yes, we need to go ahead and have the bunnies. They are indeed going to head out and go forth into the world and do other bunny things, but it is for a good cause because I do believe when the big cold comes, we will be quite grateful to have another hearth. But what do I know? I'm just the elder who prophesizes things that never happen. Boy, I don't know if that was enough gloop flying. Was that enough glop flying? Ooh, the windmill's done up here. Yes, we'll be able to start making more bread. Okay, here we go. Whoa! Whoa! That's a lot of snow. The cold threat now rises. Snowy appears on 20 terrains. And the temperature threat is permanently increased by 1, and now we have ice events. These events are all about embracing the chill of winter and having some frosty moments. Just don't slip on the ice or you might end up with a bruised pip. Oh yes, and if I recall, I do believe my memory brains are about to be jogged to the point where like we're gonna learn about injuries soon. And now I need to have a snowplow person, I think. Okay, is that the only spot where the snow hit? Phew, okay. I think we can work with that potentially to be more effective. But what happens now is that all of these areas will produce less because of the snow. So -1 berry. I'm not gonna lose a berry because the berry bush is in the snow, am I? Because that would be a hoodwink if you ask me. Also, the ice cutting, gained resources ice. Would we have anywhere to put the ice? Like, because that would be kind of cool. And then you get ice, right? Okay. What can one do with the ice? We could make ice with the ice cutting, and it's consumed by the ice house, which could give us a bunch of cold with an ice pip. Which could give you a lot of cold indeed. Or the ice maker, which is only available during seasonal events. We haven't been able to research this, alas, because that's not in our current abilities. But should I just have, so we get 10 water if we do that. Okay, so maybe we'll go ahead and we shall simply remove, kind of want to... Oh, it uses our tool resources when we do that. I see. Well, it may be interesting to study one or two of these chunks of potential ice. Like perhaps one of the little piplings of the forest or of the village decided that they were going to try to go ahead and actually like... See, can somebody come over here, please? Actually like lick the ice or something, as kids do, and that's how we find ourselves here. But let's go ahead and we can get a bunch of water this way too, which is kind of nifty. So I can take the people working on the smaller wells and have them come collect ice, because that sounds nice. Instead, let's go ahead and keep working on clearing all these out. I'll do one more ice, I think, and then no watcher. Okay, so the watchers have to do it. Lauren, if you don't mind assisting with that. And then I think any pip can remove the snow with the snow plow, I think. Maybe? Okay, and we're gonna need like a lot of tools. This is very interesting to see. All right, we're gonna remove ice there. This is a little bit of a chilly situation, but I am sure that we can work with this. It may even make for a thrilling arc in the tale of what's going on in our little theater over there. Because, I mean, the Pips have never seen ice before, so this would be quite exciting. And we're also going to need to hurry, and we're going to need to get our tool makers, like, tool making again. Let's see, Raya, where's our smiths? Oh, and we're going to need to train a miller. Oh, see, I told all of you that things were going to get quite busy. Let's see, that's our... No smith available, because Luna Melt is already busy. Okay, Fee Fi Fo is going to be trained as one of our smiths. There we go. And then we also need somebody trained as a handyman. Or, excuse me. Okay, then we're gonna have, hey! We're gonna have Callium! Callium, hey! You're gonna become one of our millers! Congratulations! I'm gonna need more piplings if we are going to be able to make some of this stuff happen, by the way, because there's a lot of pips. And, yet not enough to be able to do some basic things like become millers and whatnot. So we're going to risk more of those biscuit beans. Oops, yes, I know we need like smiths and things like that, by welcoming in more kidlets to the village, because that's what everybody loves to see, right? A thriving, warm-hearted village that hopefully will be thriving and warm. Let's see. Okay, so that's the snow patch. And in 2 days, we're gonna have another unknown event arrive. Thankfully, we're working on sickness protection, but I think that we're gonna be okay, hopefully. I say as I also glance over and recall that yes, indeed. I think I am about to learn about pips who could get injured. So it's probably actually super important to make sure that we do indeed remove all of this ice business. Also, let's check over here just to make sure that we're not running out. Okay, we're gonna have to do something about the chicken fruit population, and I don't like where those answers are taking me. Who's using my... Do not use my carrots. Who is cooking with carrots? That kind of... No. Pixel Swirl, I appreciate the gumption, but you see, we either need to use the, like, tomatoes of our people, or we need to go ahead and use the eggs. Thank you very much. Which reminds me, I'm supposed to put down more chicken soon, aren't I? Oh my word. Right, those notes. I think that those notes are going to get some little scribbles of my own chicken writing, and when we come back, we shall face down, hopefully, doom, because I think we're going to be ready. We'll have plenty of blankets to burn for some reason. But all right, let's get this snow out of here, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.